Alright guys, we are back. This is the Crimson Fleet Phantom. This is probably one of the coolest looking pirate ships we've stolen so far. It looks very aggressive. It kind of looks like I want to say a Y-Wing from, but it doesn't. It doesn't look like the Y-Wing at all because the Y-Wing has the tip at the top. But it has that aggressive, bottom part from that famous Star Wars ship. The cannons look very aggressive. They look like they should be there. Bang bang. And let's take a look around it. So we have our landing gear. We've seen this landing gear before. We love this landing gear. It was on the second ship, the Ghost. And then we have our engines here. We enter from the back. So I guess we're shielded whenever we land on the ground. So if we land in a hostile area, we're exiting through the back. It's probably a safer place to exit from. And then of course it's still nighttime. It's always nighttime on this planet, I feel like. So it's super dark. We have a ship taking off in the background. We're going to come up in here.
Please disregard. I attempted an informal reading, but I am dissatisfied with the results.
Now that they're done talking, it has a narrow entryway, but it widens up a little bit inside. So this is really just about protecting your crew.
That was fun. Now what?
Okay, so we're inside. It looks like it goes back a little bit. This is probably our exit docker here. This is the second ship that has a restroom, but it's the fourth ship that we've looked at. There's 3 beds right here. Here's your entryway. There's a table, a galley. It's always nice to have functionable stuff in your ship, especially like that you can actually use to upgrade your systems and equipment. Here is just like a little entryway thing, your captain's locker. So this is this is part of the cockpit, because if it has the captain's locker, it's the cockpit. All right, here we go. It's really stuffy looking in here, right? It has jump seats. It's like a more military look. These should be jump seats too, right? They're just like folded up. And then you have the screen that's not working and your cargo hold. So let's sit in this ship to see how it looks. So kind of just spin in there, and it attaches behind you. So that's cool. We'll exit it. And let's rip it apart, because that's what we do here. We take all of these ships and we tear them apart.
Need some work done? Sure, how about it?
Alright, here we are in the shipbuilder. And I'm just wanting to make sure that I have enough room for everything. I really like symmetrical ships. I'm one of the only people that I know that actually dislike the Millennium Falcon. I'll probably get the hate comments. I can already feel them for saying that. But I just don't like the way that ship looks. If we're talking about Star Wars ships, I really like the Nova Courier. I like the way it looks. But here we go. We have our ship ripped apart. We have our Deimos Phobos cockpit. This is the DS 10.1, so this is probably the cheapest one they have, since they start at 1 and go up, or 10s and go up. This is a Nova Galactic landing gear, so this is probably the same landing gear that the Frontier had on it. You have a spine, so this one's just for looks. and you have your flare IR laser. This is actually a worse laser than the ship we looked at previous to the Phantom. There's 2 of them, so that's how you get your 28 damage out of the lasers. Am I missing guns? Is that all? They just have the lasers? Did I make a mistake somewhere? No. Well, so this is probably like the weakest combat effective ship that we could steal. So good luck on that. Oh, here we go. I did miss some stuff. I was wondering what was going on. Hull damage 15.6. This is probably the strongest ballistic cannon we've stole. And this is our 50x50. Yeah, our normal missile launcher. You have your wings on both sides. It looks like they say they're cosmetic. And then you have your docker on the top, so that's what we did see. We saw the docker. You have your landing gear from Deimos, so it's not the Hope Deck one, it's actually a little bit smaller. So whenever I go to build my final ship, that's something I need to look at, that these were different. Your all-in-one berth 3x1. It did look kind of long, because you had your beds, and your galley, and your table. So it's nice to know that that's what this is. This is our first 3x1 anything. Landing bay. And our shield. This is our helium tank. There's only 30 fuel. So this is just planet by planet, or I'm sorry, solar system by solar system jump. And then we have our engines. It's a little bit less thrust than the other one with the same maneuvering thrust. So it's a little bit worse on both sides. And it takes, 2 power, so it takes 1 less power. So, I mean, for how much power it takes, it's pretty good. You have your TEARDOWN reactor. This is your engine reactor. And it has a 20. This is probably the strongest reactor we've seen so far. And then we have our grav jump, which is a 9, and our cargo, which is a 190. So this is not a ship made to carry a lot of stuff. 390 max cargo isn't a whole lot. So you're going to be overweight a lot if this is your main ship. But it's super nice looking. It looks super aggressive. It's not that small. I mean, you would think that it would be bigger than this for having a 3x1 inside. So, yeah, this is our Crimson Fleet Phantom, and I will see you guys on the next episode where we take apart some poor pirate ship, we chop it up into little pieces, and we go from there. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.